You know, all these people on TV running around with camera equipment, hunting gear, looking for Bigfoot. It's not going to happen. They're not going to find him. Hey, it's Amy Dempster with Following Hawks, and I'm back for another week of Amy Answers Questions. And this week, I'm answering a question about Bigfoot. Yeah, that Bigfoot. And honestly, for all of the different types of interdimensional beings that I discuss, fairies, angels, elementals, everyone's with me till we talk about Bigfoot. But Bigfoot isn't quite the same mythological creature that they're oftentimes portrayed as being. I mean, are they hiding from humans? I guess you could say that. Technically they are, but they're hiding in another dimension. That's why they're not easily found, or why they slip in and out of this realm of existence. Kind of a now you see them, now you don't. It's just that they're living in another dimension, in another plane outside of the plane that we live in here every day. So while they can come into form here on the physical plane with us, there's not a lot of reason for them to. They can do what they need to do in another plane of existence. And so to us, they're really come across as more of an energetic being. And when we do interact with them, it's on an energetic plane like you would with a guide or a fairy or any other kind of earth elemental being. And yeah, they're super interested in the earth. Because unlike other beings that may have work to do in other parts of the universe, Bigfoot really is connected to the earth. They are super concerned about the health and welfare of the earth and all of the beings that live here. And so that's why I always say, if you're working with the earth a lot, especially if you're working with the grids, you're probably going to trip across Bigfoot. Happens to pretty much everybody. You can consider them ethereal grid workers. So if you want to work with Bigfoot, how do you do that? Well, one of the most important things to know is that any kind of electronics are really, really hard on their energy field. In fact, they've showed me before how it feels to be them when they do incarnate into this plane. And it's very painful for them. They are like a finely tuned instrument, frankly, how we should be. We're just so used to being bathed in all of these electromagnetic frequencies at this point that we don't notice what an effect it's having on our energy field. It really, really is painful for them. So they don't like coming onto this plane of existence if they don't have to. They'd rather do their work in the plane that they live in. So the first tip I always have about working with Bigfoot is turn your phone off, and not just off, but like leave it. Leave it in your car, leave it in your house, because even when it's off and there's a battery in it, it's still emitting a frequency. So anytime I want to work with them, like they'll literally, they just won't come talk to me until my phone is off and away from me. So that's one of the easiest ways to be able to connect with their energy, is just to be away from any kind of man-made EMFs, and then call on them in meditation. Let them know that you want to work with them. And then ask them what they're working on that they could use some help with. Again, they do a lot of grid work. They're working with portals, vortexes, stargates. I often notice them as being kind of like the earth bouncers. They are really checking out any beings that are wanting to come through portals onto the earth plane and seeing what their intention is. You know, they can very quickly read someone's energy, read someone's intention, and determine what their business is here. So a lot of times they're doing that type of work. Also, they're quite funny. They have quite the personality and sense of humor. So you might be surprised when you say that you want to connect with them and want to work with them, how they may show up to you. It might be in a very funny way. In fact, I have a whole story about how I've been working with them on my podcast that I'll link down in the description, and you can hear about some of the funny ways that they have communicated with me. But ultimately, you know, all these people on TV running around with camera equipment, hunting gear, looking for Bigfoot, it's not going to happen. They're not going to find him. They can just blip right in and out of our dimension. If they don't want to be seen and they don't want to be found, they won't be. in my experience, these beings are incredibly loving, very knowledgeable, and very much want to be working with those of us who are doing work with the earth. So let me know what your questions are about Bigfoot. Drop them in the comments below, and have a beautiful week, my friends.